Welcome to FINA Aquatics World. In this month's program, we'll continue our coverage of the FINA Arena Swimming World Cup. We'll sit down with World Cup sensation Katinka Hosszu. And we're in Oman for the final stop of the Red Bull Cliff Diving World Series. We're back with the FINA Arena Swimming World Cup for its 3 stops in Europe. First up was Sweden's capital, Stockholm, where Eric Stahls-Bardet welcomed the swimming elite for the World Cup's 3rd event out of 8. One swimmer who claimed an expected spot in the limelight during the weekend was home star Therese Alshammar, Sweden's most decorated aquatics athlete over the last decade. With 2 impressive meets behind her in Dubai and Doha, Alshammar was in 4th place among the women in the World Cup rankings. And she continued to impress in her hometown as well. In her opening event, the 100-meter butterfly, she dominated the race from start to finish, winning in 56.68 seconds to claim her 91st gold and 134th podium finish in the World Cup annals.
And this 35-year-old just continues to dominate short course. There's a lovely shot there of just how strong she is on the turn. But look, streets ahead. Therese Alshammar, absolute legend. And she comes romping home for the gold. Ingvild Snilldal secures silver. Now what a commanding performance that was.
Alshammar also won the 50-meter butterfly and was looking to climb to the top of the podium after the 50 freestyle as well. But that race was a tougher challenge for the 35-year-old. Alshammar ending up in 2nd place with 24.24 behind Germany's Britta Steffen, the 2008 Olympic champion in this event. Jessica Hardy in 3rd. But the queen of the pool was once again the amazing Katinka Hosszu. The Hungarian topped the World Cup standings going into the Stockholm event, and she produced the top performance here once again.
A 1-2 for Hungary for Katinka Hosszu and Zuzana Jakubos respectively. And Hannah Miley will just have to settle for a bronze by the looks of things. So here she comes, bringing it home. 1st place and a gold medal goes to Katinka Hosszu. That was quicker than I thought, actually.
4 minutes, 28.01 seconds, the time for Hosszu, and 923 ranking points meant the Hungarian extended her overall lead. But it didn't end there. Just as in Dubai and Doha, this 23-year-old claimed multiple titles in Stockholm, dominating the longer freestyle and individual medley events. In total, 6 titles for Hosszu and 8 podium finishes. Now, another female star in focus was, of course, the London Olympic sensation Rūta Meilutytė. The 15-year-old Lithuanian won the Olympic gold in the 100-meter breaststroke, but faced a tough challenge from Sweden's Jenny Johansson in the same event in Stockholm.
And this could be a very, very close finish indeed. And in fact, Jenny Johansson, no doubt, egged on by the crowd, coming in with a fast final 25. But Jessica Hardy up in lane 2, also in with a shot. But Meilutytė coming back with a fight and securing gold for her efforts.
Meilutytė reached the tiles first in 1 minute, 05.02 seconds. That's the fastest time so far this season, ahead of Johansson and Japan's Rie Kaneto. The top performer on the male side was Trinidad and Tobago's George Bovell, who claimed 2 titles in Stockholm. Here he is in the 100-meter individual medley.
As they touch for the last time and go into freestyle. Now, Bovell could well do it here. He's got a very strong freestyle leg, and I think he will, but Kenneth So, you can never count him out. Is he going to touch home first? No, Pavel takes it. George Pavel finally gets to take gold on the World Cup circuit, and he's very pleased.
51.56 the time for Pavel, which earned him 954 points. Pavel also won the 50-meter freestyle final. After coming second in the 100-meter free and 100-meter individual medley, the overall leader on the men's side was Kenneth To of Australia. He took his only victory in Sweden in the 100-meter butterfly in a time of 50.19.
So Kenneth To in lane 4 in the middle of your picture. When they turn, we shall see how much of a lead he has managed. And still ahead, but only slightly. Evgeny Karatichkin coming in strong. Can he get to the wall before To? To manages to hold on. Karatichkin, silver medal position. And Thomas Shields gets another bronze for his efforts.
And we'll be back later in the show with more FINA Arena World Cup action from Moscow and Berlin. But now it's time to sit down with the Queen of the World Cup, Katinka Hosszu.
Athens, Greece, 8 years ago, and a young swimmer from Hungary took her first steps into the Olympic swimming arena. Katinka Hosszu now has 3 games appearances on her curriculum vitae.
The first time it was in 2004. I was 15 years old. I had no idea what's going on, basically. I was just looking around and I was amazed by the huge event, and I was just looking around, see all these huge sportsmen, and I definitely learned a lot when I was 15. And then in Beijing, I was a little older. I was 19. I just missed the final, so I got 12 on the 400 IM. And then just now in London, I just missed the podium. I got 4th on the 400 IM, but I'm looking forward to swim another Olympics.
As a youngster, the Olympic experience can be overwhelming. So when she returned 4 years later in Beijing, Katinka had certain expectations. She wanted to make the final of the 400-meter individual medley. But when that didn't eventuate, she decided a break from swimming would be best, and she accepted a scholarship at the University of Southern California to study psychology, as thoughts of swimming took a back seat.
I was planning to just swim so I keep my scholarship. I didn't really think I'm gonna go to London at all when I went in 2008 when I got to the university in September. I was just swimming really slow in practice and just getting through it, but being on the team and being on the college team actually helped me a lot. And in Hungary I used to swim alone, so it kind of got really boring and unmotivating. So being in a huge team helped me a lot to get back into it, and I started enjoying swimming again.
Not only did the disappointment of a final miss in Beijing affect Katinka, hitting 20 years of age and living thousands of kilometers away from your friends and family was another factor she had to deal with. But despite the highs and lows, she has never forgotten her roots.
I always felt like I'm still based out of Hungary because my whole family is there. I call Hungary my home. That I went to university in the States. I didn't feel like I'm not from Hungary, or I definitely always felt like I'm a true Hungarian, and I'm basically based out of Hungary. I just have to go to school during the year. But it was definitely hard, especially at the beginning. I had some language issues. I didn't really speak English when I got to the US, so I definitely miss my family and my friends at the beginning.
Katinka Hosszu was flying the Hungarian flag proudly from her base in the US. She has graduated from a psychology degree, and she aims to keep her emotions in check for another Olympic tilt, her 4th when the world's largest sporting spectacle heads to Brazil.
I think it's really interesting how much mental preparation matters. I'm I'm always shocked how much it matters. I think the way I actually go to a race and the way I approach it, I think it means maybe more than how I'm actually feeling physically. I'm definitely have goals for Rio 2016. That's for sure. I want to go there. So my goal is to be on the podium in 2016.
Coming up after the break, we visit Moscow and Berlin as the FINA Arena Swimming World Cup continues to travel across Europe. And it's time for the final stop of the Red Bull Cliff Diving World Series from Oman. Welcome back. In part 2 of FINA Aquatics World, we're in Berlin for some top-class swimming. The Red Bull Cliff Diving visits Wadi Shab. But first, let's travel to Moscow for the 4th stop of the FINA Arena Swimming World Cup. The Russian capital, Moscow, picked up the torch after Stockholm as the World Cup continued its journey across Europe. The Olympijski swimming pool was the chosen venue and the audience was treated to the usual display of world-class performances. The local swimmers enjoyed some success on home soil. The first victory came from 3-time world champion Stanislav Donets in the 100-meter backstroke.
Stroke for stroke now, though, the two of them. Robert Hurley's really got a lot of work to do here. I'm not sure he's going to be able to catch Stanislav Donets, the number 2 in the world currently. And he's way ahead, isn't he? And Donets is absolutely flying. And it's a 49.74. What a time.
Donets winning comfortably there ahead of runner-up Robert Hurley. Donets was the best male performer in Moscow, scoring 952 points for this effort. The Russian, who failed to make the Olympic team due to a shoulder surgery, is evidently back in shape as he also won the 50-meter backstroke.
And Stanislav Donets responds, and comfortably in the end, it looks like it is. And Hurley steams in over those last 5 meters for the second.
Olympic silver medalist Evgeny Korotishkin reached the tiles first in the 100-meter butterfly.
As they surface, we should get a better idea as to who's going to come away with this. But now the Russian, Korotishkin, really turning it on. And he's first home by some margin, and it's a 1-2 for Russia. The crowd are pleased about that.
Korotishkin winning the race in 50.56. Another home swimmer that impressed was Elena Sokolova in the 400-meter freestyle.
If anything, it's looking like it's going to be Leah Smith, if anyone at all, because Elena Sokolova really holding on here, digging deep. She must be burning by now. Can Leah Smith do it? Leah Smith, it's going to be so close. She just misses out. Sokolova, though, takes the ultimate prize.
Sokolova's tough strategy paying off as she manages to fend off her opponents to win that race in the time of 4 minutes, 04.83 seconds. But it was not only Russian swimmers that were in focus in Moscow. Katinka Hosszu claiming her usual host of victories, including the top performance on the female side. And another woman that impressed was Holland's Inge Dekker in the 50-meter butterfly.
So Inge Dekker in lane 4, surely the woman to watch. Just 2 laps of the pool in this butterfly sprint. Already Inge Dekker ahead, but Daria Chikova in lane 3 staying in contention. But if you have a look on the outside at Nazvetinova, she's having a good swim as well. But Inge Dekker is powering away from the rest of the field now, and perhaps Ilaria Bianchi will take silver. She does indeed. Inge Dekker.
25.65 for Dekker, who's showing good form ahead of the FINA World Championships in Istanbul. And we'll return with the Berlin stop of the FINA Arena Swimming World Cup. But now let's zoom in on the daredevils of the Red Bull cliff diving.
Welcome to the final stop of the Cliff Diving World Series for 2012. After 7 competitions in some of the most dramatic settings one could imagine, Oman welcomed the divers for the first time ever. And 2 hours inland from the capital city of Muscat is Wadi Shab, the scene for the final stop of the tour. 3 men had the opportunity to take out the World Series for 2012. USA's Stephen Lebeau, Orlando Duque of Colombia, the most decorated champion in the sport's history, and Britain's Gary Hunt, looking for his 3rd triumph. In 40-degree heat, with His Highness Saeed Tariq bin Shab Al Saeed looking on, the competitors' dives matched the standard of the venue. Stephen Lebeau misfired, however, in the 3rd round, and he saw his chances of victory disappear in the process.
I mean, my score 430 was okay. I'm pretty happy with that. I really only missed 1 dive big time, which, would have put me on the podium, but it's hard to be upset because I'm just really stoked for, the way things are going, and 3rd place overall for the season, so just really, really happy.
Climbing up into 3rd place was David Coulturi, the young American enjoying his debut year in the series. But the fight for the title was still on between the series leaders throughout the year, Duque and Hunt. Hunt was performing exceptionally in his last round performance. His famous triple quad with a difficulty of 6.3 was something to behold. A whopping 506.85 overall points for Gary Hunt in Oman. A faultless performance that placed Mr. Cliff Diving, Orlando Duque, in the position of needing to produce an almost perfect final effort from the 27-meter high platform at Wadi Shab.
Competition was great. I mean, I had 4 really good dives. The thing is, Gary, he has a higher degree of difficulty, so when he dives really good too, there's nothing we can do. I still got really close to him, so I'm happy with that, 2nd, again, half a point from one judge would have made all the difference. But, it's just the name of the game is how it goes sometimes. And, I'm still happy in 2nd place in my comeback season. Hopefully I can get a little bit stronger, recover fully for next year, and then see if I can come back and still give these guys a hard time.
The veteran Colombian had to bow to Gary Hunt in Oman as he swept the World Series out from under his feet with a superb display of cliff diving for his 3rd title.
It was really the best competition I've ever done. I've never scored over 500, and to do it today when it counts, I can't believe it. I'm still a bit in shock. I mean, this was the most difficult. Last year we had Orlando only did 2 events before he got injured, and then the time before Artem missed the stop, and so this year really felt like everyone was on top of their game, and you just had to be diving so consistent, and so it just makes it all the better to have won it.
The 5th stop of the FINA Arena Swimming World Cup brought the swimming elite to Germany and its capital, Berlin. There were, of course, high hopes for the local swimmers, but just as much focus was put on 2 French invaders who made their maiden appearance in the series in the SSE Schwimm- und Sprunghalle, Olympic champions Yannick Agnel and Camille Muffat. Mufar had to settle for silver in London in the 200-meter freestyle final, but in Berlin, she showed her class.
There's an absolutely sterling finish from Cameron Moffat, and as you can see, it's a 1-2 for France. Hosszu beaten into bronze medal position. Now, she's not used to that, having taken 4 gold medals. She claims it in 1:52.28, an exceptional time.
A great effort by Mufar, setting a new national record. This performance was worth 970 points, the highest scoring so far in the series, but that wasn't her best showing in Berlin.
And this could be something very special indeed. The world record held by Joanne Jackson of Great Britain. She set it way back in 2009 during the controversial shiny swimsuit era. She's fingertips ahead of it. Can she do it? And the crowd willing her along. And it is a World Cup record. It's just shy of the Joanne Jackson record.
She won the Olympic gold in the 400-meter freestyle, and now she set a new World Cup record, just missing that world record mark by 1/100th of a second. 999 points for that achievement, a World Cup record in itself. Mufar's compatriot Agnel was also hoping to climb to the top of that podium in Berlin as he took on local hero Paul Biedermann in the 200-meter freestyle.
So as they come up for this turn, they will head for home. Now, who's got what it takes to claim the top spot on the podium? And it's looking very close indeed, but, well, what a way to win. Just turns it on at the end in the last 15 metres and just blasts the rest of the field. And that is world class.
A great race and victory to the Frenchman after a strong finish. 1 minute 42.10 seconds, not far from his personal mark. But Biedermann didn't have to leave Berlin without a victory. The 400-meter freestyle was his event completely.
So, Paul Biedermann, it's almost like a lap of honour, really, because the crowd get behind him. It was never in any doubt, was it? Touches home for gold.
The time, perhaps not that impressive, but the win, comfortable to say the least. Another German in focus was veteran Britta Steffen in the 50-meter freestyle.
So this is the splash and dash, as it's known, and certainly living up to its name at the moment. And can Britta Steffen mimic what her boyfriend just managed to do in the last race as they come steaming down for the final lap? And she's going very fast indeed. With Inga Decker giving her a run for her money, is she? But no, Steffen stamps her authority all over that. Decker has to settle for bronze in the end.
29-year-old Steffen won the race in 24.16 seconds, ahead of Jessica Hardy and Inga Decker. Finally, let's take a look at the best performance on the men's side, which came in the 100-meter individual medley.
And it's the two of them really out there in front contesting for top honours as they go into the freestyle element. And there's Bovell, George Bovell, #2 in the world.
George Bovell from Trinidad and Tobago touching first in 51.20, ahead of Australia's Kenneth Toe and claiming 974 World Cup points. And taking a look at the overall World Cup standings after 5 events, it's Kenneth Toe in a strong lead among the men, but Bovell's Berlin effort putting him within striking range. Japan's Daisetto holds the 3rd spot. On the women's side, it's all about Katinka Hosszu. She lines up victories in abundance at every stop and has more than twice the amount of points than her closest rival. Hosszu's compatriot Zuzana Jakabos in second place, just ahead of Ukraine's Darina Zavina and Britta Steffen of Germany. And that's it for this episode. We'll be back in a month's time with more aquatics action. Until then, thanks for watching.